scuttlebutt. Hey, scuttlebutt. Hey, scuttlebutt. It's supposed to rain in the house. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, Papa. It's like it's not over here for flowers.
cayenne pepper, but lemon. See, you want to help me? You feel my pain? It's not pain. It's, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't have you right in my face. That's why I put you all over there. Oh my goodness. That was a tablespoon and a half of cayenne pepper, quarter teaspoon of lemon, a shot. No black pepper though. Oh my god. Oh, I feel it everywhere. Oh. I took charcoal this morning at about 4 o'clock in there. I woke up at 3, what is it, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. No, I woke up at 2 o'clock and I've been up ever since. And I took charcoal because I smelled something funny. I had my window cracked. And I looked outside when the sun was coming up and it was yellow. It was yellow. The sky was yellow. It's like that over in New York. And I quickly got my mind clear. Took me half a teaspoon of charcoal, drank it down with some coconut water, and I started feeling better. I was like, what is going on? What are they doing? I mean, not that I'm worried about it, it's just I knew someone was right because I was so tired. I woke up and I was dreaming. I'm not gonna share that dream. Can't. There ain't nothing they can do to make me tell it. It's a bad dream, y'all. Bad. Not for me. It was just I was able to see something, you know, like watch stuff. I didn't like it. I think that's why I woke up. Not scared. I just didn't like what I was seeing. I just like, oh no, dude. You've seen that enough times. I've seen people I know. So I woke up and I was like, creator of all things, come on. You know, I know where I stand with you, but come on. You know what I mean? Doing the right thing now, you know? So that's going on, y'all see the thumbnail. And the reason why, because I wanted to expand a little more on what I was saying. TikTok got the idiots over there. And I'm not saying it be mean to them, but there's a lot of people over there. It seemed like they left Facebook, went over there. And you got the idiots running around, sharing goofy memes and stuff like that. Like, if you're bothered or triggered by that, block them. Like, don't. They're not even worth you debating or responding to. And so I hit them in the head. And then I did a little video based on the truth. And first of all, I know people who are from Nubia, our brothers over there. We're the ones over here. We're their brothers over here. Always have been, as they have always been there from the split when it happened. I ain't talking about that Pangea. All right. A lot of people want to debate and hold that off like, where'd the word come from? You think somebody just woke up one day and says, we're going to call it Pangea. They have nothing original. All right. So stop listening to idiots. The ones that I know, they can't grow facial hair. In Siberia and Mongolia, they grow facial hair just like these cats over here. They grow facial hair. We, not all white people, but the majority of us grow facial hair. It always has been. They attempted to delineate that because of the youth of the Cabbage Patch babies they brought here and reared up. But if you shave one time, you're gonna get facial hair. It's called peach fuzz. You cut it one time, you're not only do you remove the what you call it, skin, the close to the epidermis, you allow the pore to become a little bigger. And what happens with the oils, especially based upon the diet, And I know a bunch of them that got beards. But it's always been a signature of who we are, whether in Mesopotamia, wherever it was. It's all over the wall. So if they can't grow beards, then who's those big knotty beards and those dreadlocks and all that in the carvings and stuff? Our people shaved. We didn't use these chemicals to straighten our hair. We had natural resources, and people have a hard time dealing with that. And when the animals started being slaughtered, our people started taking, for revenge, started taking the mane and the tail hairs and making wigs, and taking that into battle as to carry the spirit of the bison or whatever beast, whatever, other living entity. See, I love when people come to debate, and I'm sitting there going, what do you know about Grand Tartaria? What do you know about the Republic of Tartary? What are you talking about? I'm like, right there, that tells me that whatever your history you're talking about the 1500s, that was Tartary. Now, I don't care what anybody say with their little made-up history. I said, do you know anything about George Orwell and Mark Twain's actual quotes no, not really. Then why are you even communicating? Why are you even exposing yourself? Why are you showing yourself for who you are? You see, a lot of people want to debate people. Most people aren't even really they're not even close to. They're bottom feeders. So why respond to those who are fighting for crumbs instead of them lifting their head up and looking at all the information that is all over the place? People have a hard time. Oh, he had a CIB card. I don't recognize this government. They had a hard time giving that to me. They didn't do pale skins. And then I alluded to the fact, I said, and this is not pushing off the fact that we didn't have people who are mauve or beige here, very light. We did. We melanated woman, but we could bore a whole lot of folks into the world. That's documented. It's the hypocrisy on this soil, the perversion, which is deeply rooted because other lands have been conquered and they run around as if it's their lair and it always has been, when that is nonsense. So when you tell somebody, well, go study history, and then all of a sudden you get this missing period of 500 to 1,000 years that just for some reason is not on the books. And no, I don't know. Extrapolate. But there are a lot of people who have theories, and then there's historical relevance of facts. That fact that I and J's have been changed to 1 to enumerate the fake history. And yet there's still buildings with those I's and J's on them. People are going around, they remember what they wore, and they're chipping out the bull crap put over with the fake patina, and they're going, look at that. That says 695, not 1695. What does that allude to? I showed buildings in England and Germany that shows you 785. E, established, 785. E, 785. E, 565. Buildings, red clay and all that. Shared it on Facebook. Everybody saved the pictures or whatever they did, shared it all over the place. Me actually taking a picture, one of them little square box Kodaks. Standing by it with my hand facing the number, but at the look and saying, look, at 22 years old, pointing at it, And yet people still want to hold on to the lie, embrace it because they're part of the lie. Like, who wants to be part of some lie? And every time they open their mouth and say something like Africa, I'm like, oh yeah, you don't really know nothing. Right then and there, when they allude to that, and I ask them, well then, the great saviors to bring their people back to Africa, what happened to them? Well, I don't know. See, they don't research nothing. They don't know nothing. All they do is they're contemptuous with opening their mouths and thinking that because they have a bunch of other idiots, you know how flock of geese, flock of seagulls, flock of birds that flock together, you know what I'm saying? And they think that that's supposed to mean something. Some of them believe they're very eloquent. Yes, the RN to, I'm like, man, if you don't shut up, people know that sociology is my major, right? I'm a nurse. It was pre-med. I went to law school. I didn't like none of it because you can find out, screw up, you have choices in the world. That's the beautiful thing about so-called America, I feel, all right? And I studied, as a second major, I studied archaeology. I didn't want to go out there and learn all about the different types of brushes and slow, methodic, the shake screens, all that, everything, even going out, and then going out and getting hands on how slow I was like, man, this is crazy, man. And then I started just reading a ton of books on archaeology, and that's when I started coming across things that were relevant to the truth, and not because I felt some kind of way, and those things that were basically lies because there's too much information alluding away from the lie. It's like when they were making the lies to put in the education system, they didn't clean up all the information that was out there that's like 50, 100, 200 years older than that. Like, how do you, oh, well, you know what the Goombas say? Yeah, well, you know, the new stuff is because, yeah, okay, and the new stuff right now, they want to put an implant in you, they feeding you a bunch of crap, they want you to eat synthetic human meat, which some of these dummies are, and I mean with a smile on their face, that should allude to mental illness, but they just don't know how to cope. They really don't know, and then I get the ones, okay, well, maybe you're native. Why don't you go sit down with the so-called Cherokee, is not a word we use, Cherokee chief, and ask them. He will bluntly tell you your face, oh yeah, there's millions of Cherokees who look black, who identify as black running around, or Negroid. He will tell you to your monkey faces. The problem is they can't deal with that. President Nez, he knew who I was. I said, oh, I'm darkness. He said, well, what tribe? What clan? I said, well, you know, those are linear terms. But family-wise, as far as long hut, the wigwams that our people made, no Mongol made that, no pale skin made that. Those were ceremonial. We didn't live in those. And the paintings by these foreign Masonic fake Masons are betrayers of this earth. They had to distinguish something separate from the cities after the wars. And we are still at war. What did I mention to y'all, just like Hawaii? Up to almost 700, not 17, up to almost, 374 to 76 treaties with our people only were never held, were never quantified. They dispersed them because they knew what they were going to do. First, they come with some fake legend after a couple of wars. Then when you assimilate, and you allow them to assimilate, then comes all the murders, stuff they will never say. And then what they do? Well, people are starting to find out. We gotta create something. Well, let's say the Holocaust. But they don't tell you about more gypsies and civilians were killed than them monkeys. And then what are we doing putting billions of dollars over to establish them and sending weapons? Because Henry Kissinger, they were established over here. Who was the 41st vice president? Who was the 41st vice president who lost his son, who was cannibalized? Goddamn Rockefeller. What was his name, people? How did he become the 41st president, and what did he do behind the president he was established with? I am asking you because you need to research. Nobody wants to have these things. You know, it's like when we look at these little circuses and stuff. A lot of them in the old dialect were entertainers. They actually came here. The older ones that came, though they would nurse the orphans, came to fight us. Came to fight the autochthonous people, the original inhabitants of this land. The Micmac, homeboy from Moby Dick, you know what I'm saying? Queen Khalifa, or they tried to stir around and make false because them goofy ass alphabet Moors, the ones that were established that broke and messed up the gangs, the so-called Bloods and Crips, and phonetically worked to destabilize them like the CIA did to South America. You know, it's mind-boggling that these idiots open their mouth. Now, I'm not beat up on them because I can talk about them all day and they ain't going to do a damn thing. They're not going to do nothing. If they're really smart, but not, which they're not. I got to eat a whole watermelon in a day. And the fridge don't last no more than about 12 to 16, maybe 24 hours. From that, you got to get rid of it. You're at war. They never upheld the treaties with our ancestors, but went on to wars, knowing how many, because censuses were more than what you think. They were to see who was still alive, who were so pragmatic in the disarray of our people when people were getting off the boat, murdering, selecting few individuals when most of our people were tired of fighting. Oh, the fight is within us. But you know how they say rest, regroup, rebound? Okay. Well, the idiots aren't being careful. And what they're not aware is millions and millions of us know we're at war. The U.S. doesn't apply to us. These little laws like the NFA and all that crap, when they did that, they had jackboots. Some people actually getting out the boat, joining the police department, you know, been here for 3-4 years. Had no problem with shooting niggas in Newark and Detroit, and many of them got killed too. They didn't tell you that. And rightfully so, and righteously so. The issue is, none of that stuff applies to us. But because of Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and even that nigga Clarence Thomas and all of them, Maxine Waters know, Lori Lightfoot knows what her monkey saw. No, there's a whole slew of them, okay, that know. And all these fake ass preachers, ministers, and deacons, you know what I'm saying? They know. Betrayed the people. So either they can live a certain way, do some things that you're not aware of, or believe they're in some kind of control or power. It's always about control. But nobody has control over nothing. To disarm the people, first of all, they didn't disarm all our people. If that's the case, Oklahoma, they wouldn't have fought back and whooped their ass and then rebuilt the city. How come no Mongols, no Paleskins rebuilt the city? How come there was no Mongols or Paleskins rebuilding the Capitol and all those other buildings? How come it was our people? How come every time they show you the Manhattan Bridge, they show you a bunch of Italians in them who they didn't showing them how to build it? They refused to show the Negroes until I went over there in New York when I was living there, man. I went and found the pictures with the tall Negroes throwing bolts up, heating them up. Yeah, well, they don't want to show that. Verrazano Bridge, they don't want to show you that. And then these fools want to come, yeah, well, shut up. They're a remnant of who they were. They don't even know this. How great they were. Their true history. I remember when I was talking about Sitting Bull showing his son, and I showed 3 different pictures. I said, see this little Negro here with that long, big lips, with that mouth like this? That's him. That's the real Sitting Bull's son. Half Spanish. Or French or Spanish, I think it was. I said, but you see these 2 jokers? This last one everybody running one with? That's a fake. And how you know? Go to the Library of Congress. Like, why would they want to take one of your Mongol heads and kick it around for the skull and crossbones? There's still a real picture of Sitting Bull, but they always show you them damn stage pictures by them French photographers with all them feathers on their head. That's not our way. All them feathers on the head, that is not our shit. Unless you're talking about carnival. Oh, it originates with us, but it's not our shit. We take no damn pictures like that. But they refuse to show you the pictures. And the cities of our our Republic of Tartary, with all those Negroes pushing them carts around with chairs and stuff, getting all this stuff out. Oh, they won't show you those pictures. I even told Paul Cook, look for those pictures. You'll see a whole bunch of Negroes pushing carts and mules and furniture. They're not moving nobody in. They're taking it out of there. They were showing them up there in New York how to do the concrete for the highways and roads and the subways, to which they started dynamiting in the 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. They still were dynamiting those grand tunnels, levels of them, closing them off, sealing them off, all the way down through what's called under the capitals, all in every state. They always made you think that the capital that you see as the what's called is the only one. They're in every state. The reason why they said the Underground Railroad, and then when you ask them about that, I don't know. But they want to argue semantics. I keep telling my people, yeah, war. I don't like saying it because I don't advocate violence. But you know what? In that order, I'm gonna mess your food up, poison you, killing your people, everybody's. Instead of joining together and then sitting down at the table later and having these discussions with those who are in the knowing, they run around unabated and foolish. I believe some of them are actually paid. That's how stupid they are. Not all, but some. There's only a few things you have to ask them, y'all. And they don't have no answers. And I always say, what's your blood type? You ever get an answer? Well, I did. On the res, I finally started getting an answer. I found 2 that had O positive blood, no O negative. Only 2. And then they showed me a picture of their great grandma. I was like, okay, I can rock with that. She was a beautiful sister. I said, and there's your autochthonous blood to this land, but you're autochthonous to another land, brother. And the military, not all of them, some will come back and they get dumb, put the cowboy boots on, not knowing that a cowboy was us originally. Like, come on, people. Original postal carriers. You can't make this stuff up. How come y'all wanted Congress? Well, they wanted us. You weren't even slaves, as far as unless the Asian slave trade, based on the Vatican and the fake ass Queen and Crown of England. That was a hijack. 1857, 1875. Then after the wars, they locked it in, and then the Reconstruction era, which was the rewrite, their fake Renaissance. Unbelievable. And they think they can debate somebody. And there's more information. These fake ass politicians. See, this is what boggles my mind. I said, oh, Trump for sure. Why? Because he probably come in to be a fake savior and tell everybody that's what you got to do. Right now, the UN is trying to have this thing, World UN, to talk about unarming society. Unarming my ass. Motherfucker ain't ATF for suck a dick. FBI, all of them can suck a dick. Enemies, and fuck the state. Enemies of our land, of the republic. But the problem is, I'm not here to stop nothing. I love the fact that you go somewhere and you really can't come back and tell them when it's all said and done. So I always say, they always say send them to Jesus. I don't know about no goddamn Jesus. Fuck out of here with that shit. But a lot of people are conflicted, confused, and they confess it all the time. So the creator of all things, that's where I send my energy to. You could say the Most High. The Most High means that's the epithet of the highest order, as far as what we believe what order may be. In the time required, not ours. But if you want to be there, not on your 10 toes, and subjugated, then so be it. I'm an inventor. I like to invent. I wish I had a whole bunch of children to show them how to make all these things. But instead of people coming together, Rob Bell, all these individuals, a whole bunch of them, Tasha, getting together instead of being they big feminist blackness. That's what I'm going to say. And realizing we need to give the men, we need to get this land together and everybody come together. That's it. They had plenty of time to do it. They all did. Funky ass, fake ass Phoenix Moon. All of them had the time. Dumbass Cypress. All of them had the time. I'm not saying it to be hateful. I'm saying I'm mitigating the fact, the reality of what they need to be called on, and everybody else. I gave you the little ensemble about my Uncle John, right? With KC and with the $20 and how money can circulate, stay in our hand. It's not that the dollar's not worthless. It's that people believe it because they've conscripted you to look at what they've done with Nixon and the Rockefellers and the fake-ass Federal Reserve and everything else. We have given that bullshit energy. Right now, y'all look at these knuckleheads on YouTube talking about, yeah, we pretty much broke. The dollar's worth. No, you making it worthless. And I guarantee you the majority of y'all go to work on the first. Look, I remember I went on strike a couple times. And the impact, everybody in the country not working, shut this whole bitch down. Unless they fooling you. So they would keep up business as normal, showing you that you really don't matter. They're already showing you that. I'm not here to stop nobody. I'm saying, why is it that y'all can't see these simple things? And why is it that the idiots always want to open their mouth as if they mean, like it means something? Right now, with those people thinking they debunking something, we outnumber them probably 20-1. But because their visual is fooling them. And you don't have to argue on the net and show that you're emotional. And I see a lot of people ignoring them now. But I like to stir the pot every once in a while. Them challenge me with their fakeness. Okay, well, you probably half native. I heard a retard tell me that one time. I'm like this. No, I got Chinese, Dutch, and Spanish. I said that's from the conquest and assisting motherfuckers. Do you know what assisting motherfuckers are? They have it in movies. I don't know what that. I said, yeah. And I love all sides of my relatives. I don't get into this race and all that other shit. I'm aware of phenotype by the determination of the market. Okay? All right? Which means nothing to me. If I was in the big girls, I'd be like, the fatter the merrier. But I'm not. You dig what I'm saying? I have no issue with that. If a motherfucker like the women with the big ass heads like this, hey, you got your gray half-breed. Well, more power to you. Respect her and respect you. I'm not talking. Somebody said I wrote it down. I'm not opening that crap right now. Said, man, I thought you was by everybody coming together. You talking about segregation. I need my people to pull them to the side to make sure that they're not deplorable in the state of mind they're in with all these idiots running around, so we can have a communion. Everybody else is welcome ladder. You're here on earth. But I needed them to understand something. Now I get these numbers, I got a story to tell, and that's for every fucking body. I think the enemy's scared as fuck, because they're like, what story is that? Well, not really my enemy, but you know what I'm saying. I want balance. I actually believe, somebody asked me about Kali Muscle. I don't watch Kali Muscle, motherfucker. The people have been talking about you doing a watermelon diet. So what? I'm gonna break something down for y'all. Are you aware that all these idiots talking about from meat, you get your aminos and you get fats and all that? I say that because it's based upon the fact if you're eating. But are you aware that if you're getting something, fruit and vegetables, that certain ones you gotta poach, there's no way, they gotta be heated. You get minerals, is what your body needs. Your body will take those minerals and those BCAAs, branched chain amino acids by the narrative, and your body will turn it into protein and cartilage and all this other stuff. Your body is not just a warehouse, but a furnace that puts things out. It creates. That's why you have all those magical organs. They're giving you poison, and they subjugated you because of war, people being tired, weak, and this, and the air being poisoned. So your body has to work a little harder, and the concept behind that is fuel, food for fuel, when actually food was meant to supply you with the minerals and stuff that your body it has a hard time getting because the water's poison. You're eating a whole lot of meat proteins, which aren't really protein unless you're eating it fucking raw. Bruce Lee was known for using raw beef in his shakes because even he knew he couldn't get it from cooked shit. See, this is what boggles my mind. Why is it that people don't know this simple little vice of truth? Do you know what's in a watermelon in its ripest form? I'm talking about edible ripest, not overripe. Nice little suntan on it and all that in the earth. Good phosphorus and all that good stuff. You have all that selenium, all that good stuff. Minerals, just like the rivers used to have. Still do, just a lot of toxins in it by these bastards. Okay? Unless you want to dig down about 12, 15 miles. Big caverns, look, there's jungles up under the ground, y'all. That's what your body needs. Minerals. Sun. Rest. Your body produces everything else. Why do you think they've corrupted so many fruits and vegetables, and with chemicals and stuff? That gets into the pores of the fruits and the vegetables. Never in history, with all the bugs, that we need any kind of pesticides. When we got a bunch of foreign idiots, a remnant of who we used to be, down there growing this stuff, spraying them with all kind of chemicals, as if it's supposed to last longer. No, they're robbing it of its. I'd rather eat the stuff fermented. White mold on it. Better for your gut. They made you believe salt is what made your blood pressure go up. I can go, well, not in here, but I can go to the neighbor and pull out a couple of boxes they process stuff and show you the chemicals that raise your blood pressure. Salt, potassium. Now that harsh part of synthetically made potassium chloride is no good. Just like trans fats. When y'all eating all the potato chips and shit. You know they had to stop making it, so they made a different one that does the same thing in your body. It's still 2.7, the 5% of that badass shit that causes heart attacks and plaque buildup. But you think FDA and all USDA and all these fraudulent motherfuckers gonna tell you? I'm just asking, man. Like, what do y'all know? What do y'all know? There's a reason why a lot of food here is banned in Europe and Africa and all them places. I don't like calling that beautiful place Africa. Y'all know, I call it Nubia. Hell, we are all Nubian. It has nothing to do with a singular place as far as the definition of the term, as far as original people, rulers, fathers, queens, mothers, queens, and kings of this earth, Khans. I'm so tired of these broken Cabbage Patch Kids. But that's the enemy's cannon fodder. Just like a lot of our people. Oh, they're all our people, but they like the division and separation because they don't know no fucking better. And yet there's a plethora of them that tell them the truth as well, because some of them are all fucking like right here from here. Not by the definition as far as the phenol, but of origin. And I know some of that be hard for y'all because y'all been arguing and putting up the fight, but you've been doing it in ignorance because you don't know no damn better. You've been listening to a bunch of idiots who got a lot of hate and animosity and envy them damn selves and got an ego to stroke. Stupidity. I think it's just foolish when people talk about something they shouldn't be talking about. Discussing something they're not with the right people to have the discussion about. All they do is they find a circle they can entertain. If you look at all the idiots that follow, they don't want to show their faces. They don't want to do nothing. So what does that allude to? cowardice. Cowardice. That's what it is. A bunch of cowards. And y'all still respond to these monkeys. See, people who are steeped in love chaos, you let them be to chaos. Chaos got an answer and a reply for them. But see, you want to be part of chaos and all that. So it's got a response to you too. Okay? Remember that if you don't remember nothing else. Just want to come on, bring it to the table with Sam. Anybody want to have a podcast or anything like that and discuss that? Go ahead. I'm doing a different podcast. Do the research, see what you find. Okay? If the information's out there, have a gander. But don't stop there. You've got to broaden your search engine. And don't just use Google and Wikipedia and all that, Firefox and DuckDuckGo. Do not use them as your main source of referencing. Take your ass to these bookstores they're doing the damage to close down. Go back there to them books without no pictures and nothing on it. Look at the dates on them. Pull them out. Wipe the dust off. Sit your ass down with a stack of them and start reading. Buy them or check them out. I had this one knucklehead talking about, man, everything with me is oral. Okay. I found that he had 2 other Facebook accounts. So I went back. I guess one of them, he got booted. But all his information was there. Well, 4 years ago, red, black, and green, power to the people, Mother Africa. Oh, so this is your information is all oral. You're just repeating what everybody else has been repeating on here. And then I just asked him certain questions. And he was sitting there, I don't know nothing about that. Then why would you sit here stroking a fake ego instead of humbling yourself and just remain astute as a student? That's what we're all supposed to do, remain very astute as students. I'm teaching you what I know. And people say, okay, but Brad, you're a teacher. No, there's a lot of things I don't really care to know. But then what I do know, I allow myself to access and do the best and find out as much as possible and still. Certain things. But when you got to get up there, your head's bigger than your head's bigger than it, something wrong. And you don't have nobody to sit there going, bruh, sis, you're a loose cannon. And when you have people that sit right beside you, that's right, it's facts. How do you know it's facts? What did you do to ascertain that what he's saying is facts? And we have that problem with our people right now. People doing that, what do you press on it, you hit the save, the little 3 buttons, saving all these little pictures. And then you throw that up at everybody. Explain the pictures that you're sharing. Put a name to the face. Is it the real picture? Where did it come from? You been to Germany? You been to Denmark? You been to Spain? You been to Morocco? You been to Greece, so-called Greece? I said, and did you just stop there when you got there? Or did you realize there's something off about it? You been to Turkey? You been to Iraq? You been to Dubai? Oh man, I've been to Dubai. I loved it. Dubai was fun. And they had real chicken, y'all. Real chicken. I'm sorry, when I was there to get some fried chicken, because I couldn't eat all them kebabs and shit. I was just like, I was full from head to the root. I go to the bathroom, all you do is put a stick in my ass kebab for you. You know what I'm saying? And I saw KFC. Oh, let me see what's going on here. That was real chicken. I mean, made like our ancestors made. You know what I'm saying? Not this new whatever. I saw a brother yesterday with his kids, with his This big old sister going there coming out with the. I said, hey, Domino's. Supposedly there ain't no soy in the dough, but I think it is in there. He says, oh, we went and got some chicken wings. You can't believe that's chicken. That spongy, mushy shit. Anyway, I didn't say nothing. I wasn't going to ruin the meal for them. I usually would. I was like, okay, well, looks usual. I've seen them there before. My brother who works for Turkey, who's the head of these chains around this. I got people from all over. He went home to Turkey, came back. Where's Khalif? Where's Red? And I was like, that was a nickname given to me in Jersey, Khalif. Y'all know what it means? Anyway, and that was a trade-off that those of us respected in communities because we respect them. Okay? He's like, who is my boy? You know, because he started working the gun range. And I was like, Father, give me a big old hug, you know. Don't do that, you know, but big old hug. What's going on? How's the wife? How's that? You know, respect. That's true love, y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's real love. I see my boy and his wife and them. It's real love all the way around. It's like the kids. It's real love. You dig what I'm saying? No, and I actually appreciate that shit more than you can even think. And then we have these individuals who've been lied to by a system who aren't aware that they're moving on hate, and hate has no truth. Hate has not 1 ounce of truth in it, other than the fact that it's hate. You know, in our language, it's Jannah. And I always look for the people to see if they can find the Hava in them. You know what I'm saying? That of the highest of, as far as a source of light. You know, and it seems to be a lot of darkness still. Now, I'm not giving it energy. For those who are in the energy or whatever, you know, or vibration or frequency or whatever, I'm not giving that. I am speaking on it because it's a reality. And it seems like people don't want to come out of that darkness, you know? And how can you sit there and entertain the dark? I tell you what, go in a very dark room where you can't see nothing and run. Don't put the brakes on, just run. Tell me how it works out for you. And then get up from there. When you get up, run the other way. And keep doing it. Because see, that's what a lot of them are doing. Okay? We have good brothers doing wonderful work. Kiramil, Paulie, Westside. We have a lot of brothers. Chata High's got a channel. I haven't seen him put nothing out. Rondo, I think he's going to start doing his own stuff on his, I hope. Max V's doing a lot of music. You got a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, people. You need to check them all out. I don't have everybody in my, what you call it? Just go check them out. You know? We got sisters who will make jewelry for you. If you hit them and send you some of the best herbs. You know? We need to be supporting each other instead of, how many of y'all still going to Walmart? But I have to. When Walmart wasn't there, where'd you go? Well, those stores aren't there. You mean to tell me you can't find this, that, bric-a-brac at anywhere else? We keep supporting that which don't support you. I mean, if I'm wrong, say, okay, Rev, I'm wrong. This is then share to me the information so that way other people will have it, and I'll correct myself and say, all right, that was malice on my part, a fallacy, and I made a mistake. Brother or the sister has corrected me. So, and I don't want to hear jobs. Right now, 5 of us get together and go build about 12 abandoned houses for like 50 cents on the dollar or even less. And put people to work. I have land and build it up and create our own currency. Tell me I can't. We can't. That's what I thought. Every Native American I know, a Mongol. I'm mixed. A lot more mixed now, but Listen, I said, well, what about the cities that were here in the 11th century, the 10th century, the 9th century? What cities? I stop right there. I don't say nothing else. And somebody, why don't you educate them? For what? For what? So they can further better their life? The first boarding schools were in Florida. It was to learn our lessons and teach fake religion. And they were destroyed by the Seminole, the Yamas nation, and the Seminoles. They destroyed them. Now Florida's full of a bunch of foreigners. Want to find a better place because of the energy? One day the ancestors are going to shut it all down. They ain't going to take no hurricane, no tornadoes, no bombs. They knew the true story instead of they made up mishmash. But see, even that they don't know. I've said with enough of them. Only ones that knew knew some of the stories were the Hopi. The older women love when I went around them, even the older Navajo. I go into the Hogan over in Tuba City, and we always touch foreheads. Do you know what that means? Other than respect and no animosity. Because of how I talked and what I said. When you sitting around somebody 190 years old, and they're like, holy shit, like, I thought they were all gone. And I would go over to them, and they would put their head forward. I'm like, and then I go, oh. I remember when my great-grandmother said, and I would put my forehead to theirs, and they would hold my hand tightly. Someone would have a tear, and I would respect them. Funerals, burying the soldiers. I was always the one giving the flag to hand to the family. Much respect to Leslie Dell. He used to love the way I say, like, you catch a noise. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's good to know the language, the people you deal with. Out there up in the morning, you know. And then I would teach my greetings. And it was wonderful. But the Hopi, the men who were angry, they would say, we're not who we were. And I'd be like, oh, who was you? Well, I already knew. When they stumbled by Anasazi as a people, I says, that means our enemy. Nobody was saying that until I came here 12 years ago. I was like, Anasazi means our enemy. How you know that? I'm like, y'all don't. So you're going to put a hotel that says Anasazi, our enemy. Welcome our enemy. That's what you're saying. They didn't know. And then you have these knuckleheads who want to argue instead of learn. I have no hate, but I have no respect for the people who carry themselves like they know, and all they're doing is throwing a worthless rebuttal to things they know nothing about. It's disgusting. It's sickening. No, I don't have it on the internet. Some people just popped up. It's been just me. I thought I was looking at myself. No numbers and no nothing. Snoo, what's up, love? Oh, what's going on, beloved? Tribe. James Bond, what's going on, beloved? How you doing? In the church, or what's going on? 17, what's going on, beloved? Mikey Hill. Grand Rise and Grand Elevations, you know that, beloved. What was that? Copy as what? Yeah, Rise with a Z, honey. R-I-Z-E. I think a hyphen over the E, if I remember right. Express Commerce, Rise Mushroom. There you go. Yeah, excellent stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm drinking on dandelion tea with a cinnamon stick, quarter cinnamon stick, and my raw honey. Humbert French, what's going on, beloved? How you doing, brother? Ganja, oh, man, you're supposed to be the first one up there. You a snoop. I think Oak's getting in there now too. So not so much of a beloved. Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller, sometimes referred to by his nickname Rocky, was an American businessman and politician who served as the 41st vice president. Thank you. There you go. In 1974, his Gerald Ford, I didn't want to say the name. You know where he got that surname from. You know, their fake Renaissance was all our inventions and things that were, yes. And so we showed them how to work a lot of it. And they knew some stuff too, because you got to remember, some of them was actually they knew what, this was a hijack to become the top of the tiara or the crown, or, you know what I'm saying, to put themselves. But who would want to do that? When you come from a world, that's why I tell you there's other things here, and I don't want to get into that. I'll keep reading. I'm not going to start putting things out there because it's plausibly easily deniable. You know what I'm saying? So there are things here, y'all. I don't care if you believe it or want to believe it or not. And they're not friend to you nor, well, it's not about me. But they're not friends to nobody. Yes. Chicago, yes. You missed the C. Grand elevations, beloved. What's going on? The elders touch your head with emotions filled with karuna, affection, exactly. And that's a Hawaiian word too. And bless you. This emits positive vibes from the elders which are passed on you. Exactly. You should probably do a live one day and talk about some of your chiefs. Snoo? Yes, y'all. Baby girls are 1,000% orthodox people. That's my sweetums. Anyway, let me go ahead and shut this down because I am just tired of the mythos getting all this respect, and then this compulsion to argue and fight when you really won't step in the ring. And trust me, yeah, you won't. Instead of coming together as one people. A lot of those brothers down in so-called South America, a lot of Negroes all over the place. Y'all ain't been all over down in South America. But and original people there, some of them know they are, and there's a few that's from over there, and there's some that aren't too sure. They just know they've always been there. There's a brother in Mexico City who wrote a couple of books. I don't know if he's still alive, but he can let you know right off the back, he's the original people of the land. I got to meet him in 1990, I think it was. Went to Mexico, stayed with my Mexican brother. Me and him kind of look alike, but he's got straight hair. He had the porcupine mustache. Well, it was kind of thick. And kind of look alike, but stayed with his family. Best breakfast, dinners. We had fun drinking. I was with him for like a week down there. Man, it was just wonderful. The drug stuff wasn't over there. It was beautiful. Nothing but respect. Had a wonderful time. We wasn't walking around in the city. We was out in the cut. It was a wonderful damn time, y'all. Y'all just don't know, man. A lot of people down there know. But the division and separation, there's a lot of them who are our people, y'all. Some of them know it and a lot don't. A lot have been deaded too, sadly. Conscripted in to do things that no one should be doing nowhere. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I'm gonna come back here in a couple hours and read. I might come back sooner than that because I've been reading quite a bit of some of these new books too. Thanks, Camille. I'm glad to have that ancient and modern day Brits. Excellent book. I had the PDF. I don't like looking at the screen a whole lot when I'm reading, so having the book is just, I've already started marking and highlighting stuff. Excellent, brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, y'all. We'll be getting through that book. We'll be definitely reading that book, y'all. There's a couple of books I can read with it. That just would illuminate things. A lot of them say what they say to me, and they don't know, like, I read like several books at a time sometimes, like in one sitting, because I just know what when you want to explain something that's not in another book, it's in another book, and it's the same time frame, or it alludes to what may be a theory to kind of bring it in closer to a reality, or suggest that maybe there's a possibility there's other information that won't cause so much turbulence as far as the narrative is painted by the one. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me get off of here. Number of respect and love coming in here. Number of respect and love going out to y'all. With everything going on, you would think people would start doing better. But some people are really comfortable in the lie they're in, not the skin. See y'all in a little bit.